So I know that I'm a different face than you usually see, but I've been on the channel a couple times. My name is Natalie and I'm Ace's older sister. So here on the farm, I typically take care of the cattle more so than I do any crops or hay or anything. I do live here on the farm, so I get the great honor of doing all of our morning chores. So those kind of consist of pushing up the feed that we ration out, pouring out feed to the feeder calves, you know, kind of just checking on everything. So we thought we would do something a little different and let you come along with me this morning. So I'm glad you're here. So I am currently walking inside the barn right now, and I don't know if Asa has ever given you all a glimpse of our barn, but it was built in parts and designed so that we could drive through it. The cows kind of like it's almost like a freestall the way they come in, but you know, not really, it's for beef. But so the first thing we do, there's always calves out, so I run them in and then I'll open all the gates. This is Little Sunshine. He's one of the favorites. And they can crawl through there. There's an entrance into the main feed area up there. So we do have this little walk through, and some of them, you know, don't really want to go the right way. You can't fit through there, dude. But we're gonna get them in here. Kiddos. Come on. Hi, Bess. Hi, Bessie. This is my heifer. Her name is Bessie, and I love her. She was my Christmas present. So we currently have 25 older feeder calves in here. A couple of them are going to be kept out as heifers. We just don't want them, you know, getting bred yet. But they get 2 buckets of feed twice a day, and we keep all of our feed in these tubs right here. That's Garfield, my cat. We keep all of our feed in these big tubs. They are, I think, 100-gallon Rubbermaid tubs that we keep our feed in. A gravity wagon. I'm not sure if Asa has ever showed that. Maybe I should watch more of the videos. But anyway, I'm just going to get to feeding them, and then we feed the babies in the stack pad, and then we have another little group that is over in another section. And I think Bessie, I think she got camera shy. the next thing I will be doing is feeding all these little ones behind me. They were all born starting in September, so the oldest of them are fixing to be weaned, but the most recent one goes down to just 2 days ago. So they get feed in 3 separate troughs, and as you can see, they are excited. So let's get to doing that. So as I just showed in that video, you can see that we have 2 separate points of access for the calves. The one on this side of me is our lower cows. They have the more typical calving season. We try to calve, you know, September, October, November. So they have all of the older calves, and they have access to all these fields down here. Sorry, I cut my own video off, but we talked about this lower end down here. Now this end is a little bit different. These are cows that are not on the typical breeding schedule, so they are not going to calve in the fall. They are usually going to calve January and February. So we have had 2 calves already this month. Unfortunately, one of them was born during our snowstorms, but it made it. We had to bring it in the barn, but everybody, like all the calves, have access to the stack pad. This is where they eat. They come in twice a day. And then, of course, they can come in whenever they want throughout the day, stay in here. If it's colder outside or rainy or something, they will typically be in here, because while the cows have access to their ends, the calves can all come in here. I don't know if you can see, but there's a deer out there. I just found another one. There's actually 2. Cute. I'm up in this stack pad right now, but it's crazy to think that last week this was all covered in 6 inches of snow. I think all the girls are happy that it is not dry but not snowy outside. We're expecting, like, I don't know how much rain. It's supposed to rain like every day this week. So this is going to become even more of a muddy mess. But, you know, at least it's not snow. So it looks like the feeders are all done and getting them a drink before they head back outside. But I think this is my favorite group of feeders we've had in the last couple of years. It seems like they're always just so happy to see you, and they're very playful. I love watching cows and calves play. So seeing them run around in the fields is like, I love it. I think that's part of why I love doing this so much. I love watching the cows. Asa will tell you that he is not as much on cows as I am. I used to show dairy cattle, and I have raised some of my own bottle calves. I love cows. I am fully immersed in the cow situation here. Asa is much better with hay and crops and tractors. That is something that I am not very skilled at. But so we kind of have it worked out good. Cows are my thing and crops are Asa's. So I'm sure on the channel you probably see more tractor stuff. So I'm glad I can give you a little glimpse of, you know, the other side of the farm and what I do. Girls, you have made a mess. I think it's mostly culprit of the calves, but this is where we feed out our mixed ration that we make in our TMR that is parked down there. And this is concrete with that is like a rubber pad right there that goes all the way up and down. So every morning we sweep that up. We feed in the afternoons and sweep it up in the mornings. So that is what I'm fixing to do. And I will say, it is probably my least favorite job. I seriously hate doing this. And when I get it done on this end, I will be going down to doing on that end. So, you know, the fun of watching calves, you have to have a trade-off. And for me, that is sweeping up feed ration. So the last thing I have to feed, other than my lovely little cats, are these little babies right here. They are kept separate from the rest of the feeders because they're a little bit younger. So I'm gonna feed them, and they get fed in a trough back up on the other side of the barn because this little one is not hardly big enough to comfortably eat out of the feeder troughs. So I am going to do that and then come back and feed the cats, and then we get to my favorite part of feeding, which is going around and telling all the cows that I love them and giving them treats. So yeah. Are you all excited? Yeah. And then Garfield gets fed separately because he's a little old man. And then we have to try and keep culprit number 1 and culprit number 2 from eating all the cat food. So one thing I really love about our farm is that we do have some older cattle that have been here for a while, and they were born here. So my grandparents have taken care of them, my dad has taken care of them, and now they've kind of been passed on down for me to have the privilege of taking care of. So we have a lot that love to be petted on. They love treats. Apples and corn are their favorite. And even the ones that don't love to be petted on typically are pretty gentle. We only have a couple that when they have a calf, you know, you don't want to be around. But I think that makes so much of it fun as somebody who loves cattle, is that you can just kind of go around and love on them. So that is what I'm going to do now. I like to use, I've just started this recently, but I like to use these cattle cubes. I think of them as like treats. I don't know. They love them though, so that's what I'm gonna do now. So this is my cow, Aurora. I bottle fed her. Let's see if she'll eat one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If there's one thing I'm not afraid of, it is cow slobbers, because I think she tried to eat my entire hand. Hey Aurora, you want another one? There we go. Good girl. This is another one of our big pets. She is, she's older than Aurora, but she loves treats too. Oh, we dropped it. Here. There we go. So this is Freeves. She is our oldest girl and our most loving girl. She lets me cuddle with her if she's laying out in the field. She is 16 years old. She still produces a great calf. We do have a daughter of her here as a cow, but she absolutely adores anything that you bring her. Apples are probably her favorite, but she also loves corn. So I usually look at everybody and make sure nobody's in distress and make sure all the calves are fine. So I've already got that done, and that is pretty much everything I had to do this morning. So I really hope you enjoyed seeing what our morning feeding time is like. I usually try and come out sometime between, on the weekends it might be 7:45, and it was about 8:15 today. So it just kind of depends, but the cows are in here. They know when it's time to eat. They'll do the same thing in the afternoons too. But I hope you enjoyed this today. I hope to be on the channel a little bit more. I am typically more active on our farm Facebook page. If you haven't gone over to that, we post a lot of pictures of our cattle, and We did do a Meet a Cow Monday series a while back that I'm going to share again. So if you want to learn more about Freebs, I would encourage you to go check that out. But we post about the beef we sell on there, and it's just basically where we're most active. So go check that out if you haven't. And thank you for putting up with my terrible video skills. I guess you can tell that this is my first time doing this. So anyway, that is all I've got for right now. If you haven't, go ahead and like and subscribe to our page. And since it's my first time on the page by myself, put down in the comments, put down in the comments what your favorite type of cow is. I will say that my favorite type of cow is a Holstein, but we don't have any of those right now. So anyway, put down in the comments what your favorite cow is, and hopefully I will see you some other time.